WGN Investigates has an update on dysfunction in Dalton, where local leaders are fighting over transparency, spending, and safety. Now the South Suburbs' controversial mayor is firing back, and it all played out at a public meeting last night.
Y'all forget I am the leader. They want to hear from the mayor. If y'all ain't learned that yet, the mayor, not the trustees that don't do nothing, that only run their mouth. Y'all don't do no work, no work.
Tiffany Henyard considers herself something of a crusader, but one who's clearly annoyed by questions from a rebellious group of Dalton trustees who are in a standoff with her over spending.
At the end of the day, vendors are not being paid. Board approved it. The vendors are not being paid.
How about you be a good leader, bring RFPs to the forefront, so not just us, but the residents and everybody else in America know how the money is being spent.
WGN Investigates has cataloged tens of thousands of taxpayer dollars spent on trips, meals, and more by Tiffany Henyard and her allies in Dalton and on the Thornton Township Board, where she's the supervisor. Township credit card records show Henyard and other officials spent more than $67,000 on trips to Portland, Austin, Atlanta, and New York City.
Hello, family. Welcome back to another episode of Journey to Harmony. I'm your host, Richard Harmon. Today, I want to come to you and talk to you guys about the importance of elections. So over the last 2 years, we've got a chance to see Brandon Johnson, Mayor Eric Adams, and Tiffany Henyard, as well as Joe Biden, and just watch the weight of their decision making affect the constituents that they have, affect their everyday citizens. So here it is. We have a few videos here just about some of the things that have been said recently. Chicago is currently in turmoil. It is currently a sanctuary city. New York City as well. And their mayors, many times when things are getting out of hand, they're leaning on their race instead of focusing on policy. Right now, many people are struggling. We're seeing crime become rampant in New York, Chicago, and other areas. And then with the Tiffany Henyard situation, she is completely spending up city's resources. She's recently offered up a $1 million prize giveaway, even though the city is $7 million in debt. Many people are speculating that the overall giveaway is a kind of quid pro quo type of thing, where she's going to give some money to whoever wins it, but there's an agreement that she's going to win back some of that money. She's been spending lavishly. She bought, $150,000 SUV. She spent $67,000 in first class travels around the country, and many people are not sure exactly how this is funding. Additionally, recently in Dalton, they've had a water main break. They've had police force reduction due to the increase in terms of her personal security, which she's using police officers around the clock to watch over her. And additionally, she's, having some other issues as well. I'm going to play a little clips of these particular videos. We'll watch a little bit and come back. Your first time joining, please hit that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel, and here we go.
Many of the flights were first class. So were the accommodations. In Atlanta, Henyard and her team stayed at the Four Seasons Hotel, costing taxpayers more than $9,000. In New York, the bill came to $13,000. Henyard has refused to explain the specific purpose of the trips or why they travel in such style, but she appeared to refer to our reporting at Monday's Dalton meeting.
But everything we do for the people. But we under attack. We getting scrutinized in the media. For what? Loving on the people? Showing them that they matter to us? We going through the fires for y'all.
I have children who attend schools who have soccer games, y'all. You all are asking me as if I'm not a parent in this city. I get it. I'm mayor. I get it, but you're asking me to give you a date, and I have to court. Do you understand that you have not had a mayor like me? I get that. I have a wife, I have children, they have schedules, and plus, we still have public safety that we have to address. We still have the unhoused that we have to address. I still have a budget that I have to address, and I'm doing all of that with a black wife raising 3 black children on the west side of the city of Chicago. I am going to the border as soon as possible.
Only 2 years. We are moving the needle forward. Is there more to do? You're darn right there is. But this committed team is getting it done. Look at this team, folks. Look at this team. Look at my deputy mayors. First Deputy Mayor Sheena Wright. Deputy Mayor, stand up. They need to see you. Deputy Mayor Williams Ison. Deputy Mayor Mira Josie. Deputy Mayor Amazar. Deputy Mayor Maria Torres Springer. Have you ever seen this much chocolate leading the city of New York? And then go down the line. Look who's here. This is representative of the city. That's why people are hating on me. You trying to figure out why they're hating on me? They're hating on me because how many of you go to church? Man, this is a Matthew 21:12 moment. Jesus walked in the temple. He saw them doing wrong in the temple. He did what? He turned the table over. I went to City Hall to turn the table over.
All right, guys. So there it is. You see it. Mayor Adams is a funny guy. I used to think that he was someone who was for the people, but as you're looking, you see what's going on right now. New York City is set to spend about $7 billion over the next few years on this migrant crisis. That's money that could be sent to other situations. It's not just the fact that money is being spent. If there was excess amount of money, I think many people will understand. But what's happening is that many services for citizens are being cut as a result of this. So whether it's that you have your education, police force reduction, you have sanitation, you have all these different things that people use and that make people feel better about an area. You want clean living, you want cheaper housing, you want better education for your kids. All these things are being taken away and being given to people who have not invested at all. People are being told for the most part as citizens that you are not the desired class. You're being forced to be and subjected to a group of people that you know nothing about. We've seen the recent crime wave that's happened in these particular areas. We've seen how these issues are affecting everyday citizens. There was a recent crime spree but by migrants in New York City, purse snatching. There were over 60 instances that were recorded. The city supposedly gave many of these young men mopeds, and these mopeds were being used to go around snatching people's phones, snatching people's purses. One lady was dragged as a result of it. There are consequences to elections, folks. And as we're seeing this right now, we're seeing the hindrances growing on. We're seeing how many people are struggling as a result of this, and we need to look at it and be more serious about our local elections. While presidencies are important, what we're seeing more than anything else is the effect of who is in charge at a local level, and how those funds that should be split up and divvied to the local citizens are being given to people who have not invested, people who do not care about your principles, your thoughts, your actions, your children many times, and they're having an ownership and a sense of entitlement to your money as a result of it. Unfortunately, many people who live in these areas will likely continue to vote in the same manner. They'll suffer of that and maybe decide to move and then continue to vote the same way as even still. But for those of you who are out there who have had enough of this particular issue, who are looking for something different, really consider who it is that you vote for. I'm not telling you to vote one way or the other, but I'm saying to vote for someone who has principles, who has policies, who are in place to actually help people. A lot of times we vote for someone who is, someone who is shiny, someone who is, charismatic, but that person generally is not for the people and of the people. A lot like Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom can talk as good as is about anybody, but he's really nothing in terms of substance. So what are your thoughts on this? Please comment below, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining, and have a good day.